Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Ganatra, and in this one, I'm going to share with you the number one thing you can do to have the best day before you start to see patients. What you can do to optimize your entire day, your week, your month before you see patients. And it all boils down to one thing. Here's what it is: your morning routine. Now, I know there's a lot of people talking about morning routines, talking about, oh, you got to wake up at 4 a.m. I'm not talking about that. Yes, you got to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but this is not about that. This is about the things you do in the morning to master and to dial out your entire day before you see patients. Because we know seeing patients can become stressful. It can become quite a bit, especially when you have that schedule, when you have 20 patients there or 10 patients, or you have that challenging patient coming in today, or you have that big case. How do you make it so that way you not only go through the day, but you go through victorious, feeling incredible, and showing up as your best self? So you have to dial out your morning routine. I'm going to give you 5 ways to do that. Now, I can tell you this, hands down, if you want to master the morning, you got to tame the evening. So I'm assuming you're getting to bed at a reasonable hour, right? And you're getting that quality sleep. But once you do get up, these are 5 things you can do. The first, make sure the first 30 minutes you get up, do not touch your phone. Don't even mess with your phone. Make sure your phone is on Do Not Disturb. I literally have my phone on Do Not Disturb here, literally, and essentially what happens is it's simple. You can just press that one button, put it on Do Not Disturb, and exclude your favorites. Maybe it's your parents, your family members. If they want to get a hold of you, they're excluded, where if they call you, they can get a hold of you. Maybe it's your team, or not your team, but your office emergency line, where you're like, well, maybe we'll exclude that. So that way, whoever calls that's super important for you, they'll get through. So make sure you set your phone on Do Not Disturb the night before, so when you wake up, you're not looking at notifications on your home screen. You're not checking into your phone in the morning and you're looking at all the notifications. Give yourself at least 30 minutes in the morning, ideally even an hour before you do that, right? So that's the first thing. Now, the next thing you must do the second thing is you gotta get some sunlight. You have to get sunlight. Sunlight is responsible for setting you up with the circadian rhythm. It's setting up your biological clock effectively with the circadian rhythm. And it really intrinsically aligns our body with nature. So make sure you get sunlight in the morning. Even if you're outside and you live in a cloudy or wintry type of climate for most of the year, it's still brighter in the morning than it is at night. So there is still always some sunlight in the morning in most parts of the world. So stand out there, breathe in, breathe out, get centered, feel the sunlight on your skin, feel the sunlight through your eyes waking up, so it kind of redials out and resets your entire brain chemistry when it comes to morning, afternoon, and evening. That sunlight in the morning really dials that out, and it really timestamps the rest of your day. So make sure you get that sunlight. The third thing you have to do, drink 20 ounces of water in the morning. Now, I know for you it may be tea or coffee, but do your best to drink that 20 ounces of water right when you get up in the morning. I like to squeeze a half a lemon in my water. The metabolic result of lemon in the water is alkalinity in the body. So make sure you squeeze a little bit of lemon in your water, 20 ounces first thing, right when you get up, and it will hydrate your body. It'll make your body feel alive from the inside. You've been sleeping for hopefully 7 to 8 hours, and you're just a little dehydrated. You're not activated yet from the inside. The water with lemon will do that in the morning. Now, once you get in there and you're like, I'm drinking the water, this is good, your body's waking up. Next thing, number 4, get some movement. Get some movement. Now, it may be jumping jacks, it may be push-ups, it may be resistance training, weight training, maybe cardio, riding a bike, maybe doing a jump rope, whatever it is. Move your body in the morning. You'll see we all tend to walk into our practice really rigid and it takes us a few hours physically sometimes to just wake up during our practice hours. And that's the worst thing you could do. You want to walk in with some vibrancy, with some sense of energy. And you want to walk in feeling like you have full access and use of your facilities in your body. So make sure you move your body in the morning, at least for 30 minutes. Move around, do a workout, go for a walk, do some push-ups. Get there. It doesn't have to be fancy. Move your body though. Stretch. So vital to your longevity, so vital to your physical health. Now, the fifth thing you can do, and this is a big one, and this is very tactical. As you begin your day, before you walk into your practice, literally, as you hit the doorknob of your practice and your hands hit that doorknob and you twist the doorknob and you walk through the door frame, have that identity shift of I'm leaving my personal life and I'm entering my business professional life with my patients. Have an idea on who you want to become and who you want your patients to see you as when you're their dentist. I'm literally turning the door, I'm entering into my practice. This is the doctor I want my patients to see me as I'm here today, to serve, to help, to heal, to be there with them. You know, there's gonna be times in your life where you had that disagreement, that argument with, your family member, your spouse, or whatever it was, crazy things were happening. I want you to leave that and say, I'm leaving that. I'm walking through. As soon as I turn the doorknob, I go through the door frame. It's a shift in identity. And now I'm identifying with Dr. Ganatra. Who's Dr. Ganatra? Well, Dr. Ganatra is the person that does this for their patients. He's the person that delivers this. She's the doctor that comes up and shows up in this way. Who are you for your patients? Who do you want your patients to see you as you begin to treat them, to serve them, to be there for them? Who do you want to be for your team? Who do you want to show up as for your team? You want to show up as someone that the team's always carrying? Or do you want to show up as the leader who's having an influence around those around them? I think you know the answers to some of those, but if you don't have certain anchors or triggers in your day, you're going to bleed into the day. And the worst thing we can do is take one scene and blend it to the other scene. Here's my personal scene, here's my professional scene. Everything's kind of blended in. You get freedom and clarity and sense of peace when you have structure. Make sure when you walk into your practice, you turn that doorknob, you go through that door frame, you define who you want to show up as today with your patients. That structure, that definition will actually give you the clarity. It'll help other people around you feel like, wow, this person's vibrant. They have focus, they have intention. Gosh, she's the doctor I want treating me. He's the leader that I want to be on their team. You need to show up 100% of who you are and who you want to become, not the person that's just lagging in from their personal life or something happened and you're bringing all that into work. No. Define who you want to be. Show up that day as that person. And be intentional about that because you have the power and the choice to choose who you deliver in your office today. Who are you delivering in your office today? Are you delivering 100% of you or are you delivering half of you? Are your patients getting 100% of you or are they getting half of you? The more you give of yourself as you walk in and you define who you want to be, you'll see your whole world and your practice will start to shift. It'll start to change. And as that happens, you'll go home more fulfilled, more happy, more energetic, more respected. And more importantly, you'll have this deeper connection with your patients, with your team, and with yourself. Define who you want to be as you twist that doorknob, you walk through the door frame. So those are the 5 areas. If you get up without distraction, you'll feel the direction in your day, in your life, in your morning. Just simple way of getting up, no distractions. Then you get in there and you get some sunlight on you. You start producing that vitamin D. You start setting your circadian rhythm with the rhythm of the world, with the rhythm of nature. It brings you alive. You drink some water. You start waking up from the inside. You start feeling hydrated. And you put some movement into your routine. And then you walk into your practice with a sense of mission, focus, and definition with the identity of who you want your patients to see you as. How do you want to show up? You do these 5 things, I promise you, your day is going to shift. Your week is going to feel so different and you'll start to feel alive. I hope you found this one helpful. Let me know what you thought in the comments. As always, have an incredible rest of your day and live inspired.